Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. It's your boy, TylerMask, aka Tyler Suplex, aka Tyler-kun Willliams, aka the one who lived. And welcome back to the continuation of our top 50 matches of 2020. Yesterday, I posted 50 through 41. Link in the description. Go watch that video if you have not already. Today, we will be talking about our top 40 through 31 matches of 2020. This video may not get like a lot of views because it is Christmas Day after all, but for those of you who are watching this video, please make sure you do me a favor and make engagement possible. Hit that like button, comment, share. This channel's been dormant for months because of TV Asahi, so if you could do your boy a favor on Christmas Day and give me the Christmas present of engaging in this video, I would be ever so grateful. And that being said, guys, one more time, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope you have a great holiday, and let's get on to the video. A match that was nearly a full year in the making with very meticulous and virtuous storytelling that I can't even say even climaxed in this match that we saw here, with some food still being left on the table for a match in the future. But what we got here was a damn great breakdown of two men who started off as a mixed tag team, driven by the drive to be champions, culminating in the loss of self in both men in their own unique way. There was never really a dull moment in this match. And it goes to show that Kenny Omega, though he may not be the 2018 best bout machine 35-minute New Japan Epic 18-star every single week Kenny Omega, he can still pull out big money performances at any time. And the explosive babyface offense of Hangman Page here enhanced the match even more. You love to see it. And I would also love to see a year out from now, Kenny as the champion and Hangman Page as the challenger, going into an AEW World Championship main event. NXT was a miss for me for the better part of 2020, but when they hit, these motherfuckers hit. And this match right here, this was everything you would love about a chaotic wrestling match. It was all action all the way through, mixed in with some step strikes and glorious joint manipulation. Add in the aspect of this being a ladder match and these two using it as both a weapon and a unique way to build to an ultimate incentive to win, and you get this roller coaster of a ride. This match didn't overstay its welcome at all. It told you what it was going to be at the opening bell. It got in and got out when it was time to go home. Simply some of the best work NXT has done all year, and bar none, excellent work from both O'Reilly and Dunne, who've been having killer matches with each other since their first meeting in NXT almost 3 years ago. And this was no exception. A damn great 10-minute exhibition put on by two women with two contrasting styles. The clash of Deanna's technical submission-based offense against Jordan's power-based offense made for some nice exchanges. Purrazzo's limb targeting in here was some of the best women's action I've seen all year. And Jordan's ability to make any submission Deanna applied to her look super painful despite being the bigger woman made everything super effective. In a no-crowd environment, it's easy for submission and pick-apart moves to fall flat, but these two made it work. And my number one favorite Impact Wrestling match of the year. From the opening bell, this was a hard-hitting, brutal fight that you should come to expect nothing less from Minoru Suzuki and Shingo Takagi. This match follows a simple formula: hit hard, hit fast, and hit harder. And don't fall unless it's time to deliver a suplex. The aesthetic of this match being outside, where you can hear the cicadas and the birds chirping while the sun glistens on both men as sweat flies off their bodies. If you like seeing two grown-ass men beat each other up, this is the match for you. I think there's a fair criticism to be made for Taichi being a very inconsistent wrestler, seemingly only putting on his working boots against certain opponents like Tomohiro Ishii, and not giving the fans a full reason to get invested in him as a wrestler over him as a character. When Taichi is in here with Ishii, he is great. And we all know just how phenomenal Tomohiro Ishii is, so I don't really have to speak on him. But while I can't say it's too different from your typical New Japan never match, Taichi's the only never open weight guy that incorporates footwork into his offense and makes it an entertaining dynamic against Ishii. Taichi kicks Ishii, Ishii chops him harder, Taichi kicks him back harder, Ishii elbows and chops him harder, Taichi starts feeling disrespected and upstage and starts actually striking Ishii with elbows and chops. Then you segue this into a fiery burst of offense that blossoms into a New Japan epic the fans love to see, and you get this awesome explosion of a match. 2021 better be the year y'all wake the hell up and stop sleeping on these matches. The Golden Aces versus the Dangerous Tekkers are just another example of what a tremendous New Japan tag team match looks like. The opening stretch has both teams trying to find control, heel starts dominating, babyfaces try to fire back, heel shut it down, work over, work over, work over. Normally these type of formulas end with the babyfaces making their heroes come back to finally vanquish evil and save the day. But not quite here. While we did inevitably get to the final stretch of the match, the expected finish was shunned out by the Dangerous Tekkers taking liberties on Tanahashi's legs. The image of Taichi holding up Tanahashi while ZSJ does dragon screws to Tana is it's just so awesome. Then it happens. Tana never recovers. Ibushi doesn't make it in time. The structure doesn't meet its desired end, and there is something to love about that. While I do think this match goes a bit longer than it should, it doesn't truly ever feel super long. You're always zoomed in wondering what's going to happen next. And that's all you can ask for in a great pro wrestling match. This is a good match to watch back if you like seeing torture. When I first watched this match in the very beginning of the year, I thought it was an outstanding burst of energy. And watching it back a second time, I still feel that way. However, I did speak on this earlier in the year, and I do feel like my opinions then line up with my opinions now. So I'm going to splice in a clip from my top 9 best matches of January 2020 video, so you guys can hear what I thought when this match first happened. I think something could be said for every banger you sing in the ring not having to consist of a deeply emotional story behind it, and can simply just be 2 or more people in the ring putting together a collection of moves that work so well with each other in terms of pacing and execution that by then you're like, damn, that was a really fun match. In this one, you see the mixed pairing of Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle versus the former NXT UK Tag Team Champions Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews, and I was very much not knowing of what to expect considering that 2 men in Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle have 2 very different styles. Teaming up with each other should be very interesting but could be very awkward at the same time. But I'll be damned, they made it work out. With the straight aerialistic mastery that Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster have, there was just an incredible dynamic and contrast in these movesets, and it just really made it stand out. It's something that I feel like everyone can enjoy whether you like mixed pairings in a prestigious tag team tournament or not. And above all, this sold me on the idea of Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne being tag team champions in the near future. Something I only thought would be possible through a WWE 2K game. But damn it, I'm here for it. For months, people bugged me about this match. Tyler, you gotta watch Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan is the match of your contender. You have to watch it. And I ain't gonna lie to you guys, the stench of WWE main roster like Raw and SmackDown being the host of such a bout is normally an immediate turn off for me, and I go into avoid it mode. But after all the begging and a top 50 list, which requires me to watch just about any match that's worth a damn, I ended up checking this out, and I'm glad I did. I was never in doubt about the pristine ability of Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles no matter the year, but the way these two met up in the ring and put together such a tasty technical matchup, the likes of a 30-minute classic given to them in the main event of SmackDown, was absolutely masterful. It met me at a pace I wasn't expecting, and the elegant mat work in here was clean and I thought very easily enjoyable. Maybe not my favorite match of the 50, but definitely worth a spot in my 30s. When Shingo Takagi first debuted in New Japan Pro Wrestling in late 2018, I knew from the jump, the first guy I want to see him in the ring with is Sho Tanaka. We didn't get that match until BOSJ 26. And it was a great match. And it feels like every time they faced off since then, the match is just better than the last. And in here, this is no different. Every time these two step into the ring, they charge at each other like two bulls, slamming their arms against one another, seeing the sweat fly off of both men as they let out their loud battle cries as they go at each other again and again and again until one eventually falls. And you follow this up with Sho's speed and impetus trying to go at Shingo Takagi, who rather than power over the younger wrestler, meets him at his pace, but Sho, not wanting to feel one up by the heavier set veteran, comes back harder and harder and harder until he eventually runs out of steam and leaves too much in an opening for Shingo to come in for the kill. Ugh, I live for this shit! And closing out this portion of the list at number 31, we have one of the most forgotten about matches in AEW history. Page and Omega don't get enough credit for blending their movesets together almost perfectly and putting together a stellar tag team combination. You put this unit in with one of the most cohesive tag teams in all of wrestling in Pentagon Jr. and Rey Fenix, and you get yourself a 20-minute, fun-filled, action-packed killer match. If you're not the biggest fan of somewhat spotty wrestling because there are a lot of high impact moves in here, this may not be your cup of tea, but I think this is a match that can easily catch the eye of just any wrestling fan. And if you ask me, it doesn't get much better than this when it comes to tag team wrestling. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you all for watching. I will be coming back in just 2 days for my top 30 through 21 matches of 2020. Once again, thank you all for listening. I want you all to have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. Peace out, guys.